Hey there, it's Shireen, Mortgage Wizard. You haven't heard from me in a long time, and the reason being is when we got you your nice low interest rate, when we did your refinance or your purchase, not much reason to reach out besides catching up to see how you're doing. Hope you are all well. But the main reason I'm reaching out today is I'm getting a lot of feedback from clients who have questions about how to access their equity. So there's a few different ways to access equity: home equity line of credit, and then of course a refinance to get cash out and access equity. So being that debt is at an all-time high right now and interest rates on cars and credit cards are super high, based on the Fed funds interest rate. We know that's at an all-time high, and the Fed just announced that they're probably going to do another rate hike. So that's driving up our interest on our variable loans. And any car loans that we're taking out at this time are, going to be in the double digits, most likely, and definitely credit cards are in the double digits. So it's just creating a lot of pain for homeowners right now, or for people in general. We have all around higher living expenses, higher taxes, higher homeowners insurance, higher utilities, the cost of food and gas. Everything's just gone up. So everyone is feeling the pinch right now. So basically, I just wanted to send out a quick video and kind of go through what kind of analysis I'm doing with my clients to see if their low rate is really working for them. So we're very attracted to those low numbers, and it makes sense because it affects our monthly payment. But we are taught to focus on rate, and that's not always the best option or strategy for us, especially when we're looking at additional debt that we carry. So I'm going to take the next probably 5 minutes and go through the scenario that I have for a client right now and show you what we're saving them and how in the end taking a higher rate, because obviously rates are higher right now, and doing a cash out refinance, debt consolidation is actually saving them money monthly, and in the long run, it's more beneficial to them. So again, we can do this scenario for you. We can play it out any way you want. If you're just interested in a home equity line of credit, that's fine. If you want to take a look at both options and compare the two, that's fine. It's going to be whatever is best for you and your family. And the main reason is, we just want you to know that there are these opportunities out there. One more thing I do want to mention is student loans just went into repayment. So we hadn't had a student loan payment in over 3 years. Now that those are back in repayment, that is also adding to your monthly debt. Main thing here is there are options for your student loans besides rolling them in, but it's going to require a conversation with you and me. I do have a short video that will talk a little bit more about how to get that student loan payment down. You definitely don't want to fall behind on that because those do have to be current if you're going to do anything financially with your home. So refinance, purchase, home equity, those all have to be current. And once you start falling behind, it's going to affect your credit score. Any of the debts that you fall behind on are going to start affecting the credit score. So you definitely want to get ahead of this before that happens, because once you miss 1 or 2 payments, and it could just be on one item, it's going to drop your score enough so that you won't qualify to do anything and can't access that equity at all. So just definitely get ahead of it. Have a conversation with me. We'll see what the best fit is. And that's the beauty of me being a certified mortgage advisor, is I can look at the numbers objectively and give you some options on things that you can do. Okay, so one of the things I'm going to talk about when we go through this is effective interest rate, so keep that in mind. This borrower moved into their home June of 2019, and they did a refinance when rates fell in November of 2021. So they got a 3.25 with a monthly payment of $1,632. They have some credit card debt and a vehicle loan in the tune of about $100,000, which is about $3,000 monthly payment. So we looked at both options of paying off the vehicle and not paying off the vehicle. And this is the route that we decided to go based on the monthly savings and what they can do with the monthly savings in the future. So these are just ratios here that I go by. So we just have basically doing a loan up to 75 LTV is what we call it, so 75% of the home's value. Current interest rate 7% for these guys. This was about a month ago, so rates have gone up since then, but we do need to look at the best option for you. And then rolling closing costs of about $3,000 in. So once I calculated that, here we have our payment overview. Existing payment, $1,632. Proposed payment, almost $3,100. So this payment is going up, right? So it's going to go up quite a bit. But when we look at our payment, current payment plus our overall debt, that the new mortgage payment is actually going to come down based on what they're paying now with all those debts, because we're going to be paying off $3,000 in monthly debts. So with that said, we have accessed about $100,000 in equity. We're paying all these items off, and we have a total monthly savings of $1,558. And this is great. Yes, we're putting more on the mortgage. We understand that. We're just transferring the debt from revolving debt to mortgage debt, and we are raising our rate. That doesn't really sound very attractive. However, when we look at our savings table, what I'm going to show you is what these guys, one of the strategies we used with them was to show them the difference between applying some of that back towards principal or all of it. So since they're already used to paying the entire amount of monthly payments, $56.90, now that their payments are going to be $41.32, if we took the $15.58 and applied it back towards principal, you're going to knock off 15 years and 7 months off this loan. So you have your home paid off in 12 years, 7 months, saving 187 payments. So if we look at this a little bit further, and I'm going to change this back to what it was. So if we look at our proposed savings after 5 years, we will have saved about $45,000 in interest. And then in 10 years, $192,000 roughly. And then 12 years, 7 months, the complete savings on just the interest portion with the debt of $53,000 is very close to $300,000. So we can see that by taking this amount that they're saving and applying it back towards principal, we are actually working in our favor with taking a higher interest rate. And I did say, remind me about an effective rate. So when we look at our overall interest rate, what we're paying over the life of the loan, since we're paying off principal a whole lot faster, your effective interest rate is going to be around 3%. So it's going to be like you had a 3% rate when all is said and done if you follow this savings plan. And then our total savings after 28 years, 2 months, so basically taking the existing payment that we're going to be paying of $36.12. I'm sorry, the P&I with the revolving payments total $36.12 times the 187 months. So what we're saving, so this is what we're not paying for the amount of months that we're not going to be making a mortgage payment. And then we're going to be saving $675,444. Plus our revolving debt, so total gained after 28 years, $728,444. So just another way to look at the numbers, big picture, look at the savings in a different way. So these guys decided that they didn't want to put all $1,558 towards the mortgage principal. They wanted to put $1,000 towards the principal, and they wanted to save $558 a month in their savings account for emergencies, so they didn't have to use their cards again. So pretty smart idea. And when we look at it that way, we are still saving 151 payments, $255,000 in interest, and then after 28 years, 2 months, we're saving about $600,000. So definitely still works in their favor. Overall, going to have more cash flow and less stress and less interest payments. So that's really what I want to show you. So I'd love to sit down and do this with you. It does not take long, a few minutes over the phone, just to kind of understand your situation, what your goals are, what you're looking to do, what the pain points are. And definitely we can see if we can't relieve some pressure, some debt. And again, sooner than later. It doesn't cost you anything but time and a conversation with me. So again, sooner than later, so we're not having late payments. We're not expecting rates to come down for at least another year to where you'd even want to look at refinancing. So think of it long term. If the situation you're in today, how can you stick it out for a year? If the answer is no, then move forward sooner than later. But there'll always be a refinance opportunity in the future. So if you have any questions, I do look forward to connecting, and I hope this was helpful in some ways. Thanks so much.